Hi friends, welcome back to Nita Crochets. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this flower top. I have already made the skirt tutorial available on my channel and I'm going to leave the link in the description box. So what's going to happen before you watch this tutorial is you're going to head over to our channel and I'm going to leave the links in the description box as well. And first watch the flower tutorial that I made where I was teaching you how to make this flower that has frills, okay? And once you have once you have watched that, then you're going to get back here and then watch how to make the top and how to attach the flower onto the top. So let's get started and see what we need. Hi friends, welcome back to Nita Crochets. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be working the top for my previous puff stitch ruffle skirt, and I'm going to be showing you how to work this. All you will need is a pair of scissors. I'm going to be working with a 3.5mm hook, and then I am working with Winter King. It's 4-ply yarn. This is more like DK yarn, and it's about 130 yards per ball. Every ball is 50 grams. So let's get started. So first I'm going to work chains that can go all the way across my neck bones, from side to side, more like what would be your collarbones, is it? Yeah, from the end of each collarbone all the way across to the next collarbone. That's the number of chains or the length that we are working our foundation chains for. All right, so first we are going to make a slip knot just like that. And I'm just going to work any number of chains. We don't have any mats for this one. There is no mat for this stitch pattern. You're just going to work a number of chains that can go across your collarbones. So for me in total I have 46 chains, and I am going to get into the second chain stitch from the hook. I will work a single crochet. Oh, make sure that your total number of chains is divisible by 2, okay? So basically we are working in multiples of 2. So I'm just going to keep working one single crochet into every stitch all the way until I come to the end of the row. So I'm just going to continue working one single crochet into every stitch all the way until I come to the end of the row right here. So let me meet you guys right there and show you what to do. So here we are. I have come to the end of my row. This is how my work looks like. So to start our very first row for our bandeau top, we are going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet stitch. So into this next stitch we are going to work a double crochet, work one double crochet into the next stitch, work one double crochet into this next stitch, continue to work one double crochet in the next, so you're just going to keep working one double crochet into every stitch all the way until you come right here at the end of your row. So that's where I'm going to meet you guys, then show you what to do. Okay, so here we are at the end of our very first row for the double crochet stitch. So to work our next row we are going to start working increments just so that we get this to cover the our entire front of the bust. So we are going to chain 3, which counts as a stitch, and then we get into this very first stitch, we work our double crochet, then we shall work one double crochet into the next stitch. Here this means we have 2 double crochets into the very first stitch, okay? So we are going to keep working one double crochet into every stitch all the way until we have 1 stitch left to end our row. Okay, so I'm going to let you work your double crochets all the way until you have one stitch to end your row. That's where I'm going to meet you guys, then show you what to do. So here we are. Remember, we said that the chain 3 is counting as a stitch, so that means that we have one stitch left right here. So we are going to yarn over, get into the third chain stitch of the 3 chains that started the previous row. In here we are going to work 2 double crochets. 2 double crochets all in this very same stitch. So there you go. For our next row, we are going to chain 3, turn our work. The chain 3 counts as a stitch, and I'm going to get into this very first stitch as well and work another double crochet, so this counts as an increase. Okay, then I'm going to work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. I will then work 1 double crochet into this next stitch as well, and I'm going to continue working 1 double crochet into every stitch until I have 1 stitch left to end my row. So I'm going to let you guys work this all the way until you have 1 stitch left to end your row. Then I'll meet you right here to show you how to end your row once again. So here we are. I am almost at the end of my row. As you can see, I have 1 stitch left to end my row. So what I'll do, I'm going to get in here and I will work 2 double crochets all in this very same stitch. So now, to start my next row, I'm just going to be working increments on every row so that we can have the coverage that we are looking for our bust. Okay, so here I'm going to chain 3, which counts as a stitch. I will turn my work, and into this very first stitch I will work my second double crochet. So this is an increment. Okay, then I will work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, work 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and I'm going to continue working 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way until I have 1 stitch left to end my row. So let me meet you guys right here at the end of your row to show you how to end your row. This is the last row I am working with you guys, because the next rows that you're going to work are just going to be similar to this one. There is nothing you're going to change. Okay, so let me see at the end of your row, then I will explain something. Okay, so here we are almost at the end of our row, and what we have to do is work 2 double crochets into this very last stitch. And that's how you end your row. Right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep working your increases just like that. You work 2 double crochets into this very first stitch, then work 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way until you have 1 stitch to end the row, and right here into the third chain stitch of the 3 chains that started the previous row. In there you work 2 double crochets. Now you're just going to keep repeating that and repeating that until this is wide enough to stretch out to cover your entire front bust. Or if you are working for a size large, I would recommend that the foundation chains you start with here should be wider than this. Okay, should be wider than this, so that the increment right here can give you the coverage that you're looking for your bust. Okay, either way, if you want more coverage and you feel like it's not getting as wide as you want it to be, you can adjust and start your very first stitch right here, and start with 3 double crochets into your very first stitch, and also 3 double crochets into the very last stitch. Those are just adjustments if someone really has a big bust and they really want good coverage. Okay, those are adjustments that you could consider when working this. Otherwise, just continue working your rows until you have the length that you desire for your top. If you want it longer than what I have, or if you want it just into this band, you think it's just covering your boob area, then I'm going to get back and show you the number of rows that I have worked with my own, and then we shall pick it up from there. Now here we are. I have worked my rows that I have worked the rows that I feel I need for the coverage that I am looking for a size small. So I have all in total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 double crochet rows. Okay, and this is how wide it is. Okay, if you're working for size medium, I know you have to have more number of rows, even size large, because the more number of rows, the wider it gets right here. But for me, this is enough. And at this point, I'm going to be working along my edges before I can work my straps. So to work our edges, what we are going to do is we are going to turn our work to the side. So from here, we shall chain one, get into this very first the very first stitch right there. It's not even a stitch, it's into the post itself. So we work a single crochet. Now we are going to work 2 single crochets into this double crochet post. You can work all the single crochets in the very same spot. It will still give us the result that we are looking for. Then the third single crochet is going to be worked into the joint of the 2 double crochet posts. So right here is where we are going to work our third single crochet. There we go. Then we are going to get into this next double crochet post. Still we are going to work 2 single crochets. You can work them in the very same spot, it has no problem. Then our third single crochet stitch is going to be worked into the joint of these 2 double crochet posts. So in there you work your single crochet. You see that? Once again, we get into this double crochet post, we work 2 single crochets, all in this very same spot. And then our third single crochet stitch is going to be worked into the joint of these 2 double crochet posts. So in there you work your single crochet. So let's go again one more time. Work your 2 single crochets into the double crochet post right there. And then you work your third single crochet into the joint of the 2 double crochet posts. This is what you're going to do all the way until you get right here, and it's right here that I will get back and show you what to do. Okay, so here we go. We have worked all the way until the top of our edge. Now when you get right here, because we want to create a corner, what we are going to do is into this very same stitch right here, we are going to work 3 single crochets, all in this very same spot. So this will help us cross over to the other side, creating a corner. Okay, now we are going to get into this very first chain stitch on the opposite side of our foundation chains, and we shall work a single crochet. And then we are going to continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch on the opposite side of our foundation chains. See what we have? You see how it has, okay, so yeah, you're going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way until the very last stitch right here. That's where I'm going to meet you and then show you what to do next. So here I am at the end of this edge. So like I said, when we get to the corners, we work 3 single crochets into that very same stitch so that we can cross over to the other side of our edge. So even here I'm going to work 2 more single crochets so that we have 3 single crochets into this very same spot. Okay, now that we have that, we are going to work a single crochet into this single crochet post right here, because we had a single crochet row first. Now you can see that we have come to the double crochet posts. So what we do is we work 2 single crochets into the double crochet post itself, and then work the third single crochet into the joint of the posts. Okay, once again, 2 single crochets into the double crochet post. You can choose to work them into the very same spot, or you can just choose to work them separately. It's all up to you. Then we work our third single crochet into the joint of the 2 posts. Okay, so this is what we did on the other side here, and it's what we are going to do here all the way until we come to the end of the edge. Okay, and I'm going to meet you right here, then show you what to do. Okay, so here we are at the end of this edge as well. So what I will do into this very same stitch, I'm going to work 2 more single crochets so that we have 3 single crochets all in this very same stitch. Then I'm now going to cross over to our bottom edge, and in here I am going to work 1 single crochet into every stitch. Every stitch all the way until I come to the end of the row. Okay, then I will work a slip stitch into the chain 1 that started the edging, that that started our edges. So just work your single crochet all the way until the end. Then let me meet you on the next row where we are going to be in position to add our straps onto our top. Okay, so work this all the way until the end. Right here, work a slip stitch. Let me meet you on the next row. So here we are. I have attached my other color that I want to use for my straps. You can attach any color of your choice, that's clearly up to you. At this point I am going to chain 1, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet into this very same stitch. Then I will continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way until I get to the top of this edge. Do you see that? So just work 1 single crochet until you are right here. That's where I'm going to meet you, then show you what to do. So I am at the top of my edge, and when you get to this point, what you're going to do is you're going to work a couple of chains. I advise about 80 to 100 because this is the strap that is going to go all the way to the back of your neck. Okay, so I advise that you work several chains long enough for a strap to go all the way to the back of your neck. Okay, so I worked my chains. You don't have to be selfish with your straps, really. Make sure that you have a strap long enough. Once you have all the chains that you need, you're going to get into the 4th chain stitch from the hook, and you work a single crochet. Then you will chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet into the next stitch. So like you can see, we are working our way back to the body of our top. Okay, chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet into this stitch, chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet in that stitch, chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet into that stitch, and you're just going to continue doing this all the way until you get right here. Okay, so I'm going to meet you right there and show you what to do. So here we are. As you can see, I have 1 stitch left. If you don't, then it's okay, you could just cross over to the border of our top. But if you do just like I do, if you have a remaining stitch, you could just work a single crochet into it and then cross over to this double crochet post right here. Okay, you work a single crochet in there. All right, then now you're going to just go ahead and work a single crochet into the next single crochet stitch. See that? Then continue working 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way until the end of this edge right here. That's where I'm going to meet you, then tell you what to do. Here I am at the end of my edge, and now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to do exactly what I did over here, and this is the very last strap that I'm working with you guys. So when you get here, you're just going to work 80 chains or more depending on what you did on the other side. So let me just explain this so I don't even have to repeat the very same thing. So yeah, work chains that you worked on this side, and also do the very same thing that we did of chaining 3, skipping 3, working a single crochet into every stitch all the way as you get back right here. Okay, after you get back right here, you're just going to work your single crochets all the way across until you come to the end of your row right here. Sorry. And then once you have come to the end of your row right here, you will then do the very same thing, work your chains, these chains, okay, to create a strap also here. But remember, because this is the underbust strap, you will need to work more chains that are more than the ones you have been working for your upper straps. So if you worked 80 here, when you get here, you will work about 100 chains, the ones that can go all the way across your back and tie to the center of your back. Okay, and then after that you will work your single crochets all the way until you come to this point, and even here you will do the very same thing, work your strap, get back with the chain 3, skip 3, work a single crochet into the next stitch. You get back with that until you are back here. That's where you will work a slip stitch to end your work, cut your yarn and weave in your ends. So I'm just going to work my top until the end of it, then I'm going to get back and show you what I have done and how it looks like, so that we come to the end of our tutorial. Okay, so here's our top, and we are going to switch this up a little bit and just give it a little more beauty. To do that, we are going to scrunch this up. You find the center. You could either just fold it like this, helps you mark the center, which is this. First we are going to get our yarn needle. So here we are. Like I said, we are going to scrunch this down a bit like this. Like that. Now we are going to take our needle and just make sure that we are running it through the scrunches we just created right here. I'm just going to go again. The folds that we created are the ones into which we are going to run. Okay, there we go. We are going to pull our, okay, just like that, and then we are going to go again. We just want to make sure that this is held together. Because this is where we are going to put the flower to make it look like the flower pinned together this part. We are going to tie this together and cut off our ends. So here is my flower that I'm going to attach onto this project. I haven't completed my ruffles over here, but I am going to get through it, that don't worry. I have just run out of the pink yarn, but I'm going to find an alternative and just get through with this. So you're going to have to place your flower onto having the center of your flower placed at the center of your scrunch right there. Okay, you see how you have laid it on. So we are going to get our yarn needle, and then we are going to use the orange yarn. You could make use of some pins maybe if you need them, and then pin your flower onto your top before you start working working around the petals to attach it to your top. So I'm just going to go in from here, right here, because that's where my top is. These other parts that are going to stay outside of the boundaries of the tops should not be hand sewed or have yarn run through them, because we don't need them at all. You see that? So I'm just going to now start working. You know, it's just random stitches. There is no math or science. Okay. So you go in and make sure that you get your needle through the top. Okay, and then come back like that. Exactly like how you would work your front post crochets or something. So when I get here, I'm going to make sure that I keep within the boundaries of the orange so that I don't have the orange cross over the yellow. And once again, I am going to get back out from the next petal like that. So this is what you're going to do, going all the way around. All the way around your work. So clearly this, sorry, yes, so this is what we are going to do, going through all the petals of our flower and making sure that our yarn needle goes through our top and then back out to our flower. You don't have to over pull your yarn because it will make your work not look nice. It has to have that bit of relief and look like the flower was just placed onto it. So you're just going to go all the way around like that, making sure that you're okay. I'm just going to show you here because now here our boundaries of our top are kind of like out of the, you know, out of the range of our flower, if that even makes sense. But yes, when you get here, you will just now work towards this side, okay, towards the flower, towards the center of the flower, so that you keep within the range of boundaries of, like you can see, to keep within the boundaries of our top, we have to now work going this side and then coming up from this side. So when you get to this point, what you will do is you will just now work towards the center. So when you get here, you're just now going to work straight and make sure you avoid the orange to cross over the pink. Keep within, keep underneath the pink and then go all the way until this point where your top is coming out of range, like you can see, like right here. Then work all the way down back to your starting point right here. That's where you will end. And then you know, make your knots with this and secure your ends, you know, cut them off and or weave them in, and with that you will have finished to work your flower top. And that's how it has to look like. Let me show you all how it looks like when it gets onto the mannequin.